Hey, everybody, this is Larry. This is day 19 of the Leetcode Day Challenge. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, join me on Discord. Oh, there you go. Wish me first to AC, quick for 10 lead coins. That's why I always. If you ever wonder, if you watch my videos and wonder why I go to this page for no reason, this is why. Anyway, today's problem is 692 top K frequent word. I'm not gonna lie, I'm in San Francisco still, as you can maybe tell from the background, and also that so part of being in San Francisco is apparently drinking a lot from or with my buddies. So yeah, so hopefully I could get through this problem. So yeah, so that's the warning. Hope everyone's doing okay. It is Wednesday, I believe. So I hope everyone have a good rest of the week. For me, it's been a kind of not gonna lie, a tough couple of weeks. But it's always good to be around with people who yeah, just good people. Let's put it that way. I don't want to go too deep into it per se. So I hope everyone has those people in their life and kind of make sure that they do. Anyway, today's problem is 692 top K frequent words. Given an array of strings, words, and integer K, return the K most frequent strings. So yeah, I mean, this is going to be a very obvious heap problem. Hopefully, I know that I'm in SF, so my upload time is going to be later than I am usually. But yeah, and I would say whenever you hear top K, heap should come into your mind. That said, I mean, sure, when we talk about more difficult problems, it may not be true at a certain point. There's some other techniques there with, I don't know, maybe binary search with DP, stuff like this. There are more things that require dot, but at the very least, you have to think about heap. Like, you can't really dismiss it until you're like, okay, I thought about heap, and this is an obvious why. This is a reason why it doesn't work, right? When you hear top K, because yeah, if it doesn't work, you'll actually figure out the math very quickly, I believe, because you just do the complexity of like, oh, okay, well, K can be too much, so therefore XYZ, right? Here, I didn't even look at the constraint, to be honest, but looking at the constraints, N is 500, that already is enough. Oh no, no, N is 500, meaning the number of words is 500. That enough for me is, because at the worst case, you can sort, so you don't even need a heap. Of course, you can use a heap for heap sort, but you could sort and you'll be good, right? So that's what I would say. You could sort, and n log n is obviously going to be fast enough. So yeah, the next thing, of course, is using heap. I kind of already talked about it 8 times. Hopefully, you already kind of got it. I'm just reading the follow up, and that's a little bit interesting in that n space is a little bit awkward, because I feel like if you're doing with words and alphabets and stuff like this, it's useful to kind of have the length in the analysis, because that's a parameter, right? That's a parameter that can change in theory as the algorithm change, and that's something that you should take into account. And the fact that they don't makes it a little bit awkward, but that's okay. So yeah, so the idea here is what we want to do. Okay, let's actually read the problem. I already had an idea, so I didn't really, but that said, I've been misreading problems a lot lately, so maybe that's not a great idea. So definitely read the problems. Definitely recommend it, and also definitely if you're in an interview, chat with the interviewer and talk about the problem a little bit. I would say one thing I would say is that when I was an interviewer, and I did a lot of interviews back in the day, is that top K was something that was actually something that I like to give. Not gonna lie. So you can take it as I mean, obviously not every interviewer is me, and I'm not, whatever. I'm just giving you a data point that I love top K problems because I don't know why, but I think, but part of it is that I can incorporate this into a bigger problem that has multiple components without adding too much, weight, right? Like, you don't want to make a problem that is unsolvable, because that's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to learn about the candidate, right? So anyway, so yeah, so my point of going here is that, okay, so we want the most frequent k words. That means that in theory we want a min heap, right? The reason is that with a min heap, the top ranked or the most frequent things don't ever leave. So that's basically the idea. And the question is, can I do it with streaming? I think this is also one of those problems that's a little bit harder to say, in the sense that most library heap implementations is not how do I say this? It doesn't have an update function, right? This, and you if you worked on or if you solved a dice drawer problem, you might think about this as well, where you can just update things inside. So it's a little bit awkward in that sense, because you can't really do an update in the heap, and there are ways to implement it such that that's true, because you just have a pointer to the object, and then you do a heapified, like a not a heapified, but like a heap up, heap down type thing, and that would give you, the log n operation, or log k operation specifically more here. But that's obviously way kind of expensive to do. So, how do I want to do this then? I'm trying to think a little bit, because if you want to just get min, then the delayed heapify thing works. Otherwise, it's a little bit different. I mean, I think the way that I would do it is just doing something like getting a count of it first. So you can't really do true streaming in the sense of like if every word you get an update. That would be the ideal case, where you get a word, you update the position in the heap, you take it in and out, and so forth, right? However, that's not the case here. And of course, with a min heap, if your only operation is to increase frequency, that actually there's an invariant there where someone cannot drop out as a response to a word showing up. But so yeah, so the first thing I would do is I'll put everything in a counter, say, and now for key and c dot keys, what we want to do is so we could stream it this way. It's not quite perfect, and of course we have a heap. We have h is equal to heap. What are we doing? Sorry, I drank quite a bit, so I'm a little bit. I don't know if you could tell at home. I do actually wonder. So leave a comment in the comments whether I pass as not drinking or whatever. This is already 8 minutes in, so you might not already been this far. But yeah, for key and keys, we do heap q dot heap push. So in Python, heap is min heap by default. So yeah, so we want to put not key first. Well, we don't want key, but c of key first, so that we keep track of we keep track of, or like it, because in heap as of many things, with tuples, it is sorted by the first element of the tuple first, so it's going to be sorted by this, and in this case it's going to be a min heap, so it should be okay. And then here, of course, if length of h is greater than k, then we start popping. And then of course at the very end we just return h, kind of, not really, I know, which is the first element, or sorry, second, well, 0 first element, because yeah, something like this, because the first is just the frequency, right? So yeah, okay, maybe do I have to sort it? Oh, I have to sort it, so okay. So I'm not gonna lie, I just told you have to return the words. In this case, that would be enough because it's everything in the heap, but it's not in a sorted order. So here we can just do something like answer is equal to and then while length of h is greater than 0, is equal to append heap q dot heap pop of h, and of course we only want the first element as we said, and that's pretty much it. So we also have to sort by the lexicographic order, but oh wait, from highest to lowest. So we actually have to reverse this, but then the key will not be sorted correctly. I'm going to run it just to kind of demonstrate, but this is going to be wrong because of the sorting order of the same words, meaning that here, maybe, I don't know if this is true. Oh, I have to reverse this first, but it still is not correct, just to be clear. But we definitely, obviously, because here, if a min heap, the top of the heap is going to be the minimum element, which means that it's going to be lowest frequency, right? And here you have I love and stuff, or love I and stuff I love, and they both have the same frequency. And if they're same frequency, we want to sort like that. So, so usually I actually do, like if you're dealing with a number, you do a reversal. But here you can't really add a reverse to a key. So, how do I do this in a clean way? And keeping it log k, obviously. How do I invert this? I guess we just someone told me about this, but I wasn't sure, which is that we have a lambda for key. So so let me Google that real quick. Give me a second. I don't know that I feel like, so there's a merge that takes a key, but not really a push that takes a key, as far as I remember, but I could be wrong here. So give me a second. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't have a good way of doing this. There's merge, there's n largest, but I don't want to use n largest because that's kind of, I feel like almost cheating at some point. I mean, I mean, I know a way of doing it, just to be clear, but I don't want to do it that way. The way that I was doing it is thinking about key as in like reverse key, right? Like f of key, something like this. Oops. But that's kind of messy. And of course, you can do it that way with. Okay, let's just do it that way. I don't know how I feel about this, to be honest, but yeah, okay. I guess that's what I'm doing for now. This is kind of sloppy. I do not recommend it, but I'm going to do a reverse of it so that we can sort it another way. I would also say that in many languages, for example C++, you can define your comparator function and stuff like that in Java as well. So in that case, it's a lot easier. I'm definitely doing a hacking thing, right? So yeah. So then you have yeah, I don't know. I mean, you don't even have to read. Oh, I guess you do. You want right. So you do something like this, and to reverse it. So that's this number. So you have 26 minus this. Plus this, maybe, yeah, something like that. And then you append it with C. Autocomplete is annoying, and maybe. Man, this is taking a long time. Oh, I see. I do wrong. Type object is not editable. Did I do it the other way? Okay, I guess I did do it the other way. Just to make sure. Let me just print it out real quick, which is key, f of key. I don't, I'm not sober right now, but I'm also honest that if I'm sober, I don't know if I can do it. So, oh, huh, that's definitely wrong. So it just happens to be lucky that we're right. I forgot to change this back to a char. That's basically the reason. This is why we kind of test things, right? It just so happens that we're lucky on the ASCII values lining up. But yeah, but this should be the opposite of the words here. So yeah, so let's give it a submit. I think now I'm a little bit happy about it, and this is why we test. Though who knows? I am not 100% right now, to be honest. Oh snap! That we because it goes to ZZZ. Huh? That's really hard, isn't it? Hmm. I so this works. So this works for I'm gonna fix it, but this works for things that have the same length, but for different length it is not. So how do I want to do it? I'm too tired for this. Not gonna lie. Didn't see is that pattern thing Python. Pat.0. No, that's not what I want to do. Is there? I feel like I'm hacking on top of hacks, and that's kind of making me sad. I do wish that there was a if I could just if there's a heap thing that gives me a key, that would be actually be really good. Then we can do a reverse thing on the key, but that's actually kind of annoying now to have to do it this way. I guess I could just put this into an int, and then for y and x. I guess I put it. Sorry, friends. So yeah, so L is 0, 0 for let's say 10, and then now we have y is equal to x of I, but only if this is the case, right? So if I is less than length of x, this is so hacky. Please forgive me, friends at home. Y is equal to -1, say, right? Then we can maybe do it that way. Oh, I have to put in the thing as well, but oh yeah, yeah. But now we don't have to do this, and then hopefully this is right. I don't actually know. Oh, because I've order of y1. Oh, that's not what I want to do. What I want is a minus 1. I am a mess. What is order of a? Let me Google it up. It's like 80 something, right? No, oh, lowercase is 97. So let's just do 96. This is so hacky. Sorry, friends. Maybe if I wasn't, whatever, this would be different. But I am whatever, so this is not different. So this should be. I don't think I need this, but why is it giving me that error? Oh, expect string of length 1, but found. Oh, I see. Because this is 96. What is the ASCII thing of 96? Oh, 96 is a. I'm just gonna copy and paste, I suppose. Sorry for this is actually terrible. I'm not gonna lie. Wait. Okay. Well, let's add the case that we want if I know how to do it, which is a also do 2 as well. Wish there's a better copy and paste mechanic, but at least we should fix up that case. Okay, so that looks good. Let's give it a submit. I don't know if this is right anymore. I am too okay. So I do not recommend this at all. I have a lot of hacks, but this is the code if you want to see it. Yeah, this is gonna be O of n log k if you will, maybe times L if you want to count L. But yeah, and for space, this is gonna be O of n, just because this is the linear size of the counter and also the size of the heap. It's gonna be O of, it's gonna be bound by k, which is also bound by n. So yeah, that's all I have with this one. But I would say, if thanks for bearing with me if you're watching this, and you know, if Larry can do this, man, that would be more impressive if I was able to say that and I did it well. But nonetheless, I'll see you later. Hopefully I'll be a little bit better. Stay good, stay healthy, to good mental health. I'll see y'all later and take care. Bye bye.